Managing your screen space in an app like Logic Pro is very important because a lot of people actually work on laptops these days and they are getting smaller and smaller every year. So managing the space you have to work in Logic Pro is essential. And there's a couple things we can do to make the available workspace as large as possible. For example, at the top of my window, I've got two bars. This is the toolbar, and above that is the control bar. And not everybody needs those. It's got a couple shortcuts to different parts of Logic Pro, but most of these are also accessible through key commands. And if you got small space to work in, maybe it is a good idea to take this out of view. So you go under view and you just hide the control bar, just like that. It's not gone, it's just hidden. Funny thing is that you cannot only show the toolbar, it's either the control bar and the toolbar or just the control bar, because if I do a show toolbar now, I get both of them back. But if I want to just hide the toolbar, that is possible, so I'm just left with the control bar now. I would have liked it the other way around, to be honest, but maybe that'll come in a new version of Logic. Because I find the commands in the toolbar very, very handy, and we'll talk about all those in a later tutorial. But just to touch upon it, you can customize the toolbar to your own liking. You get all these commands you can add, like stretch to locators. If I check that, it'll appear somewhere around here. There you go, stretch to locators. It's got to do with the time stretching in Logic Pro. If you do that a lot, maybe you want to be able to access that really fast using the toolbar. So it can be very handy, absolutely, but it takes up a lot of space. So maybe you want to remove both of these for a little extra space. Then there is the inspector on the left side of the window. Not everybody needs that. It's got the track inspector and the region inspector and the two faders. One for the channel and one where it's routed to. Not everybody needs this. So if I just press the letter I on my keyboard, that'll get rid of the inspector. And oh, the irony, I can actually also do this from the control bar over here, the letter I. If I click that, I can show and hide the inspector. All right, let's say you do want to have all this stuff in view and your working environment is getting smaller and smaller. You got a channel here with a couple plugins, and if I press the letter X on my keyboard, I get the mixer, and I'm already scrolling up and down now to get my EQ in view, let alone if I have a couple more plugins. Just examples. This is very random. But let's say you got all these on your channel. You'll see that it's impossible to access every aspect of your channel without having to resize or scrolling up and down. Not really handy. But there is a solution in Logic Pro, of course, and that is called Screensets. Screensets are managed from the top of the window. This number here tells me I'm in Screenset 1 now. If I want to make an extra screen set for maybe the arrange like it is right now, plus the mixer, I can just go into the window and duplicate the current screen set with this command right here, and that'll bring up a dialog where I can give a name to the new screen set, mixer, click OK, and there it is. This is our new screen set, number 2. And now I can do anything I want to this screen set, perhaps open a piano roll or the smart controls. Actually, I'm going to open the mixer. And that'll give me a full screen mixer on top of my arrange that's underneath, right? Now it's just a matter of saving this screen set. It's called lock in this case. And the little dot in front of the 2 tells us the screen set is locked. So if I go back to number 1, maybe want to lock that too. This is my arrange. If I press 2, there's my arrange plus a mixer on top. So very handy, the screen sets. I advise you to get used to those. Of course, you can configure all kinds of screen sets. Let's say I want to have one with the piano roll opened. Just open it up and save that as a screen set. By the way, opening and closing the piano roll can be done from here, of course, or you can just double click the region again to close the piano roll. So that's a bonus tip, free of charge. So that's it, managing your screen space in Logic Pro.